You didn't plan on doing this. The bills were piling up, you had just been let go from the restaurant, and you didn't really know what to do. That's when a friend said, man, try delivering for DoorDash. It pays the bills and you work your own hours. You took the money you had saved, went to a used bike shop in Queens, and paid $340 for a black bike that rode well. You bought the thermal bag, bought the helmet, downloaded the app, and the following Monday, you started. Welcome to our first video. And today, you are a DoorDash bike delivery driver. You wake up at 7 in the morning. The room is still a little dark. The alarm went off, but you were already awake. Your body knows what's coming today. It already knows. You get up, drink cold water straight from the bottle, and look out the window. Outside, Brooklyn is starting to wake up. People are walking by. A coffee shop on the corner is already open. A dog is pulling its owner down the sidewalk. You open the DoorDash app on your phone. Orders are already coming in. Breakfast is a serious thing for New Yorkers. Bagel, large coffee, scrambled eggs, more coffee. Everyone wants to eat without leaving home. You grab the thermal bag, check the zipper, grab the helmet. Look at the bike leaning against the apartment wall. She's your work partner. She's got a few scratches, the chain's been replaced twice, but she rides well. You head out. Outside, the air is cold. It's October in New York, and this cold is not even close to the worst of it. The worst comes in December. You already know that because this isn't your first winter here. You pedal slowly for the first few blocks, warming up your legs. The city wakes up as you move through it. A guy rolls up the shutters of a bakery. A woman walks fast in an oversized coat. A dog barks from inside a car. The first order comes in. 2 bagels with cream cheese and a large coffee. The restaurant is 6 blocks away. The delivery address is 10 blocks out. You accept. You arrive at the deli. The guy behind the counter barely looks at you. He drops the bag on the counter and calls out the order number. You grab it, place it carefully in your bag, and you're already pedaling again. The delivery address is a high-rise, huge lobby. You walk in, and the security guard gives you that look, you know? That look that asks without asking, "What are you doing here?" You show him your phone. He lets you through. The elevator takes forever. You get to the right floor. You knock on the door. Wait, knock again. A woman opens it in a bathrobe, looking like she just woke up. She doesn't say a word, grabs the bag, closes the door. No tip. You check the app. $0. It's fine. You already know this happens. You go back to the elevator, head down, and you're already pedaling again. Next order. That's how the whole morning goes. You take orders one after another. Coffee, sandwiches, donuts, more coffee, a Brazilian tapioca from a spot that recently opened nearby, scrambled eggs from a famous diner that's always packed. The city is waking up, and everyone wants to eat without leaving home. You're the guy who makes that possible. Around 9 a.m., your body has found its rhythm. Your legs work on their own. You know the streets by now. You know where the potholes are, where that one corner has a sunken sidewalk after rain, which street is backed up at this hour. You cut through the park. It's faster. On days like this, you understand why some people actually like this job. The cold air, the city alive around you, the feeling of moving while the world wakes up. There's something to it. But then you look at your daily total. It's 10 a.m. and you've made 38. 2.5 hours of work, 5 deliveries, 2 decent tips, 3 with nothing, 38. Not the best start, but it's within normal range. You stop on a corner, drink some water, eat a granola bar you brought in your pocket. That's your early lunch. There are no official breaks on DoorDash. There's no one telling you can rest now. You stop when you decide to stop. And if you stop, you don't earn. That's the part people don't see. You're not an employee. You're an independent contractor. That's what the app says. In practice, that means if you fall off your bike today, you figure it out. If your bag gets wet and ruins an order and the customer complains, you figure it out. If the restaurant takes half an hour and the app penalizes you for being late, you figure it out. But it's fine. You do the math in your head while you pedal. Last week, you made $950. After bike expenses, your phone plan, and food during the day, you cleared around $750. With that $750, you cover your share of rent and try to save something. It doesn't always work out, but you try. Lunch hits and things explode. The app won't stop buzzing. Orders coming from everywhere. You try to pick the ones that make sense, the ones along your route, the ones that won't have you pedaling 20 blocks to make $6. There's an art to it. You learn as you go. You pick up a sushi order, nice Japanese spot in Midtown. The delivery is close by, you accept. You arrive at the restaurant and there's a long line of delivery drivers out front. Bikes, motorcycles, one guy on an electric scooter, everyone waiting. The restaurant is packed inside, the kitchen can't keep up, and nobody tells anybody anything. You wait 12 minutes. 12 minutes standing still is money not coming in. You stare at your phone. The app goes quiet now. Orders going to other drivers. You're stuck here. The sushi guy finally calls your name. You grab it, put it in the bag, and take off. The address is in an office building. You arrive. The security guard stops you again. This time, the process is different. You have to leave your name, show ID, wait for clearance. You spend another 5 minutes just getting up there. Delivery done. Tip, $6. You take a deep breath. Could be worse. On the way back, you pass a street that was under construction last week. There's a new pothole that wasn't there before. You swerve at the last second and almost clip a guy walking around with earbuds in, not watching where he's going. The two of you stare at each other for a second. He makes a wow face. You make a watch where you're walking face. Both of you move on. This is New York. Nobody has time for a long argument. Around 1 p.m., you're genuinely tired. Your legs feel different now, not the tiredness from the start of the day. This is the kind that builds up, that settles in your knees, your back, your shoulders, under the bag straps. You stop at a small plaza, sit on a bench, take off your helmet. The wind hits your sweaty head, and for a moment it feels like the whole world just paused. A pigeon walks toward you. You have nothing to give it. It walks away. You laugh to yourself. There's a moment later, around 2 p.m., that's your favorite of the day. Nothing special about it. It's a quiet street in some residential neighborhood. The leaves are starting to change color, orange and red, and the sun hits at that beautiful late afternoon angle. You're pedaling at a good pace, no rush. The next order was just accepted and the restaurant is nearby. The street is empty. You think, it's all right. Today's going okay. Then the app buzzes. It's a rating notification. A customer gave you 1 star. You stop to read it. The complaint is that the order arrived cold. It was a chicken dish from the Indian restaurant on the 4th block, the one that made you wait 18 minutes, the one that handed you a container that was already barely warm, and you brought it as fast as you could. 6 blocks in 4 minutes. But it's your fault. It's always your fault. You close the app, take a breath, and pedal. There's no way to respond, no way to explain, no manager to call. It's just you and the algorithm. The late afternoon is when things get complicated. New York traffic at 5 p.m. is something else entirely. Cars grind to a halt, horns start blaring, cyclists carve space where there is none. You slip between a bus and a delivery van like it's nothing. And by now, it kind of is. You stop at a red light. Next to you is another guy on a bike, thermal bag on his back, helmet, just like yours. You glance at each other. He gives a nod. You nod back. Nothing more is needed. He understands what you're doing. You understand what he's doing. There's a quiet solidarity in moments like this. The light turns green. The two of you go in different directions. You take a few more orders during dinner. This is when the tips get better. Families order. People at home watching Netflix order. Couples who don't feel like cooking order. A $45 Italian food order gets you a $9 tip. Sometimes you pick up 2 orders from the same restaurant, drop them off at 2 nearby addresses, and make $22 in one single run. In those moments, you feel like this is all worth it. At 8 p.m., you decide to stop. Your legs are stiff. Your back hurts in that one specific spot you know well, the right side, where the bag presses when it's full. You ate 2 granola bars, a $5 sandwich you grabbed at a deli in the middle of the day, and drank so much water you lost count. You check your daily total on the app. $154, 12 hours on the streets, 23 deliveries completed, 1 unfair bad rating, several good tips, 2 security guards with attitude, a plaza with a pigeon, a beautiful afternoon street, $154. You pedal home. The city at night is different. Buildings all lit up, people in bars, music drifting out from somewhere. You pass through all of it invisible. Nobody sees the guy on the bike who delivered their food today. Nobody thinks about it. But that's okay. You're not doing this to be seen. You get to your apartment. 3 flights of stairs. Your bike comes up with you. You don't leave it on the street. You've already watched a bike disappear in under 10 minutes around this neighborhood. You lean the bike against the wall, take off the helmet, sit on the bed without changing your clothes. You stare at the ceiling for a minute. Tomorrow you'll do it all over again. Not because it's easy, not because it's your dream job, but because it works, because you control your own schedule, because nobody can fire you. Because every dollar you earned with your own 2 legs. There's pride in that. You pick up your phone. Send a message to your family. Today was a good one. You don't go into detail. They don't need to know everything. They just need to know you're okay. You close your eyes. The alarm is set for 7 a.m. again. The bike is leaning against the wall. And the city outside never stops.